Take me out to left field. Give me a shot of Fireball. Give me some high fives from Mark Pena and a hug from Jeff Cross as we stand on top of the tables. Hearing the horns, that's a blast. For it's 1, 2, 3 shots from the cannon with the ladies of left field.
Hey, y'all, it's game time with the ladies of left field. We are back for, I guess, season 2. We took a nice little holiday break, and we are back with you. We'll go every other week until baseball starts, and then we'll get you dialed in on baseball. But first off, it's Jordan and Katie and Casey, and how was everyone's holiday?
Great.
Yeah.
Yep.
So great. We had a great time. We saw some family, spent a lot of time with friends. We went to a little resort here in Austin, went out to the Wynn Ranch, watched a bunch of football. Yeah, I went to Dallas, see my family, but it was fun. We did a lot, and then we had some good downtime. But I mean, all of us included. I know Barnabas felt this way, but we were all, I think, kind of ready for some normalcy, some routine, and a little less eating and a little less drinking.
Yes.
Fair.
Yes. I'm totally the same. Yes, we were very busy, saw friends and family, traveled to Tyler, and then we also did the Wynn Ranch. We had a little party here before the day before Christmas Eve or the night before Christmas Eve. So note to self will be to spread things out a little better next year if I do some of these things.
Fair. How was your birthday, Casey?
It was good. It was very nice. And it was, I think, but by Saturday night, I think everybody, myself included, was like, okay, celebration time is over. It's time. I need sleep. And on Sunday, it's like, okay, I need to just get things organized around our house and sit and just sit.
Yeah.
I would be looking forward to doing that one. Like, it's a slower week for me this week, and I'm just sit on the couch for a night. That'd be great.
Yeah, I know it. I mean, it's like, and you don't have to do it too many times because then all of a sudden you're like, okay, now I'm ready to do stuff. But you finally have to have like a little break. And it's like, oh my gosh, stop. So, so it's made this week a lot more tolerable. And at least for me, my week's been good so far. So,
It's been a good week, but it's exhausting. Like, I forget how exhausting going to work is every day. Like yesterday, after the first day with kids, I was like, he came home and I was like, I'm ready for bed right now. And PJ was like, no. I was like, I'm ready for bed right now. I'm exhausted. And then she's always like, put her to bed at like 8:30. And then I was like, I could go to bed right now easily. And she's always like, no, stay up 1 extra hour. I just like y'all being here. And I stayed up for about 10 minutes. And I was like, she's good. I'm out. I'm going to bed.
Night.
Yeah. Yep.
But how was your holiday, Jordan?
It was good. I mean, same as y'all, just busy. I did Arkansas for a few days and then Dallas for about a week. Oh, my brother got engaged.
Yay, that's right.
Yes. It was super exciting. And I think it was cute because we all knew we knew it was coming at some point, but we got through all the family things and he hadn't proposed. And so I was like, oh, maybe New Year's or something. And then it was right when I got back into Charlotte. It was great. They FaceTimed me as the plane is about to take off. I'm like, yo, I really have to turn it on airplane mode, but I had a feeling. And so they had just proposed. They do a little Christmas just for the two of them, and that's when he did it. And so it's very exciting. And now we're already knee deep, and I'm mostly just helping wherever I can. But she's on it for wedding planning because her brother and her brother got married a couple months ago, and her sister gets married in May. So they are fully locked in and prepared for wedding planning. She's already got all the spreadsheets and stuff. It's should be smooth. It seems like.
When are they thinking and where are they thinking?
Yeah,
it's gonna be in Dallas in kind of the middle of December of next year, or 2026 this year technically. So should be fun. Nice little Christmas wedding. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
that'll be very fun.
Exciting. Good.
Yeah. Okay. On that note, we'll do our first Hot Girl headlines of 2026. I'll kick it off with one of the biggest things going on in the sports world with the NFL playoffs starting. And I'm fully invested. I own at least one t-shirt now possibly own more Carolina Panthers t-shirts.
Oh,
The Cowboys couldn't make it, but the Panthers are hosting a playoff game. So, yes, I will be a full-on Panthers fan for probably only the 1 week that they're in it, but whatever, it's fine. They'll play the Rams, and then you got Eagles, 49ers, Bears, Packers, Steelers, Texans, Jags, Bills, Patriots, Chargers. And the two teams, man, your guy Bo Nix, Kate, the two teams with the bye are the Broncos and the Seahawks.
that guy. I was telling Mark the other day, I was like, for the Broncos themselves being good and getting in the playoffs, that guy does not throw up any fantasy points. He's horrible to have a fantasy quarterback. Horrible. And he doesn't really look that good when he plays. I'm just going to be honest. I watched a Broncos game the other day and I was like, no, I don't know how they're pulling this off. It doesn't look good.
Defense.
I guess.
I
Like the
think it's-
Texans. I mean, that's what it is, that the defense is winning the NFL this year, I think. So,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's definitely the defense. We have a lot of Longhorns in the playoffs this year. I actually put that list together. Yeah, we have like a bunch on active, and I looked, and we have unfortunately we've got several on injured reserve and on practice. And then practice squads. I didn't realize we had quite so many. We have like 6 guys on practice squads. The Broncos take the cake on how many we have. We've got Ja'Day Barron, Lil Jordan Humphrey, PJ Locke,
I saw him.
Malcolm Roach. So of course it's all defense. No, Lil Jordan, he's offense. And then Brandon Jones is on injured reserve for them, and then Sam's on their practice squad. So
I forgot that Sam was there till I saw him in the background, at a post game, and I was like, in my head he was still in Indianapolis, but I remember that he wasn't because of the whole Phillip Rivers saga.
Carolina has 2 on injured reserved.
I know. I was so rooting for JT's on IR, right?
Yes, yeah, and then Brandon Jones is on their squad somehow. Like the Bucks don't have anybody, don't have any Longhorns, and there was another team that didn't have any 49ers. No, Alfred Collins is on the 49ers. I can't remember. Yeah, I'd have to go back through here and think it all. Patriots have Brendan Schooler. I had kind of forgotten about that guy.
Yeah.
So yeah. So there's at least, but of course, I'm not, just because there's a Longhorn on that team does not mean I'm rooting for them. I'm not rooting for the Eagles at all.
That's doing that.
No-brainer.
Oh, thank you.
And I really won't root for the 49ers. I'm not going to root for Green Bay. Kind of limited on who I would root for.
Bills. Obviously, I can root for the.
I'll root for the Bills, and I'll root for the Broncos, and I'll probably be going. I don't think I have anything against New England really, and probably Carolina and the Rams. I like the Rams and the Chargers. I like them. I don't have anything against those guys. I like Matt Stafford. And Jordan Whittington's on the Rams, and Cameron Dicker, of course, is on the Chargers. So there's a lot.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I love NFL times. It's fun.
As long as the games are good.
Yeah.
They're blowouts, unless it's your team that you're rooting for, But since I don't have any actual true emotion in the game. I would love for Philadelphia and to get their butt kicked and be embarrassed, and I would like that to happen.
There you go. We'll cheer for that.
Yeah. So,
but that does mean in first round you have to root for the 49ers. That's okay.
I know.
Do that.
I know. I was like, really? God.
Why?
Yeah. But, lesser of 2 evils, I guess.
Sure.
Kyle Shanahan went to Texas. He's the coach. So,
Yep.
There you go. That counts.
Yeah.
We can justify it a little bit.
I can find some little nuggets in there somewhere. But I don't know if anybody watched the FCS championship game on Monday night, but that was the most awesome football game, I swear. The second half for sure. That game was amazing. So for those of you that didn't, I'll give you a little recap. It was Illinois State versus Montana State. Illinois State had been on a little Cinderella run through the playoffs. They had knocked off the number 1 seed the week before, because going into that game, they had 4 losses. Even Barm was like, oh, this is going to be stupid. Why are they in this 4 losses? Well, and I was like, oh, that's how they do it. They have legit playoffs. It's like NFL. And anyway, that game, back and forth, in the second half is when it really kicked into gear. And Montana State won 35-34. It's first overtime game ever in FCS history.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that poor Illinois State with the kicking game.
Oh, at the end, the whole thing was going crazy, Casey. The whole thing got wild at the end.
I mean, when the kicker, they get down there and it's a chip shot. I mean, and the kicker, it gets blocked, and then they end up, that they could have won it with that, so it's tied at this point. Then the Illinois State holds them, like sacks Montana State back, knocks them out of field goal range when they were, approaching it really quick. So then we go into overtime, and then Illinois State promptly scores a touchdown, and then their point after gets blocked, and you're like, oh my gosh. I mean, the quarterback is just despondent on the sidelines. He just cannot believe that this is happening.
Yeah.
And then Illinois State gets Montana State all the way to fourth down, and and then they're bringing the pressure. I mean, and that quarterback is running sideways. He gets hit, throws it, finds this guy in the end zone, touchdown, and then they get their point after. So they win. And I would not be surprised if we did, unless that guy's a senior, that Taco Dowder or whatever his name is, I would not be surprised if we don't hear about him next year on a Division I team. Like, he was all over the place as a receiver. I don't know.
Transfer portal, is that what you're saying, Case? He'll be in the transfer portal?
Yeah, that he could be. Could be. And those guys, you're kind of like, okay, that's I
that I'm cool with. Yes, absolutely.
It's like, yeah. But I mean, the Illinois State quarterback had been there. He was a senior. He'd been there the whole time. Those guys played their butts off, and they played good football. It wasn't like stupid, like you're thinking, this is boring, this is sloppy. These are high school teams. They weren't at all. It was like completely, like when it was over, it was like, whoa. And the crowd, they had a full stadium. I mean, I don't know if it's full, but they were loud. I mean, you saw tons of people, and Illinois and Montana aren't exactly just right around the corner from Tennessee.
Yeah.
So fans were there. It just looked like there was like the best time. Of course, it was in Nashville, so I'm sure that was a fun place to go have your game. But still, I thought it was great, and I will kudos to the FCS for their production of football, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was so fun. I kind of was on and off watching it, but I was trying to go to sleep when it was like going into like overtime, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, I can't, it was like crazy. Yeah. And it was like, why they were exhausted. You could tell they were, because they started to make some silly mistakes, like you were saying, and you were like, what the heck is going on here?
Right.
It was very entertaining.
Yeah, it was very
entertaining.
That is my first hot girl headline of 2026.
Well, my first hot girl headline is to also talk about football and college football, but the college football playoffs, because there were two games that were very unentertaining. They were not entertaining at all, because again, we talked about this at our last couple of shows, that last year, all four teams that had byes all did not win their first playoff game. We all wondered what would happen this year. This time, you guys, out of the four teams that had byes, only one won. And that was Indiana, who is also ranked number 1. And they dominated. I mean, Indiana beat the crap out of Alabama. Alabama looked awful. They looked awful. I mean, they only scored 3 points. And that's
because Alabama still should have been in the dang playoff.
Well, and that also, that conversation comes out now, because it's like, what, should Alabama even been in the damn playoff? Maybe not.
No.
And so here we go. So this is what happened. The first game was pretty good. I mean, Miami beat Ohio State. It was a very kind of boring game. It was like 10-3. And it was like nobody really was doing real well, but Miami pulled it out. Miami beat them. I was cheering for Miami, so I was happy about that. So Ohio State had the bye. They were ranked higher. Miami beat them. Done. The next day, it starts with damn Texas Tech playing Oregon, and Tech looked horrible. It was a hilarious thing, because we went to watch this game, and it was a Texas Tech watching party. The alumni chapter for Tech rented out half of Aussies, and it was like they were coming out of the woodwork. I have never seen so many Tech fans all together besides in Lubbock, and they were there to party. I mean, Aussies there's no parking. It was like standing room only, not just in the bar, but in like the 2 back rooms.
Are there TVs in those where are the TVs in those back rooms?
Oh yeah, they're all over.
I've also never been to those back rooms. I only ever go to the bar area.
So, I mean, it wasn't even supposed. They had the 2 back rooms rented out. They had like chafers and like food all laid out. Like they.
Oh, wow.
It was like, it was a paid for alumni party, tech watching party. The tech president of the alumni chapter came out and she was talking to everybody. And anyways, I mean, it's I've never seen Aussies this packed in my whole life. And so Red Raiders are just out there going crazy. They're yelling their chants until the game starts, and then they get real quiet. And then by the halftime, y'all, most of them the left. I don't know where they're trying to change their mojo, which I do understand. Casey superstitious, and we will never watch a Texas game at Bolden Acres. But like, so I get it. So half of them, we were like, well, thank God, because it was so crowded.
But I wouldn't leave during a game.
No, that's true. They all, I mean, the vast majority left. But Texas Tech scored no points, y'all. The team that was scoring 1 million points scored no points against Oregon. Got blown out.
And what does that say about Big 12 football, too?
Right.
Like the fact that they ran the conference. They beat the hell
out of BYU
twice. The next best team, a team that everyone was thinking also might have had an argument to be in the playoff.
Yep.
That's the main thing I thought about. And I guess you could flip it like, I don't know, like Oregon maybe. I just don't think Oregon's like that. They can't be, they should not have been that much better than another playoff team.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So there we go.
So.
Then we get to the next game. Also not entertaining at all. It is it's Indiana and Alabama, we told y'all, and that game was awful. I mean, Indiana was dominant. They looked like the number 1 team in football, but Alabama looked awful. Everybody was worried about Alabama coach getting fired. Is he fired yet, y'all, or does he still have his job? He still has it?
No, I think he's still going to have his job.
Yeah, I think he keeps his job because they loved him until they lost.
Yeah, I can't see how if you fire somebody for losing in the playoffs, even though it was bad loss, you're setting yourself up for, there's no.
I know Texas kind of did it, but like you made a change after how many years has he been there? 2, 3,
right?
Not that
it's only his second year. Yeah, divorce, second year.
Yeah, like you can't at Alabama just be running through coaches. Like,
right?
You got to give.
There was talk. They were like, apparently, is he a Michigan guy? Or somebody was like, if he didn't go to Michigan, and like y'all didn't let him go or fire him before that, then like before they got in the college football playoff, then you have to keep him. People were like, I don't know. I guess maybe Michigan was interested in him or something like that, and so he didn't go to Michigan.
Or was it Penn State or because Michigan? Oh no, it is Michigan. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's Michigan.
Yeah.
And anyway, so that's that. And then the night game happens, and it was entertaining. It was Georgia and Ole Miss. And that game was really entertaining. And Ole Miss pulled it out. And that's interesting. So Georgia went down. They had a bye. They lost. Ole Miss won. And again, without Lane Kiffin. And so now the talk of the town is, these coaches have been coaching for Ole Miss. And a lot of them are supposed to leave and go to LSU soon. And so if Ole Miss continues to win, who's coaching them? And when are these coaches leaving? So that's been also the talk of the town with all of this drama with Lane Kiffin.
But I heard they still get to stay. I mean, they're.
So the kind of the setup there. I was watching. I think it was on Pat McAfee or something. There are some that Kiffin is saying is not allowed to coach anymore.
Right.
But it was weird, and I just don't understand why is he letting some of them stay, and why are there like some that are not allowed to coach anymore? Like I don't get it.
Well, I'm sure that he needs some in his own office, like to start like to help with the portal.
Well, that's not Ole Miss's problem anymore.
No,
that's a you problem, Lil Lane.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like if I don't know, they need to fix this rule that colleges can't go taking, you have to be done with your season.
I agree. That's an easy rule to fix, that you cannot poach a coach while that team is still
active.
Actively playing. Yeah.
Well, you don't see all these shenanigans with the Washington quarterback. And once again, Lil Lane's involved. So Washington's quarterback just, I think a few days ago, did a whole signed a contract to play at Washington for another year and did a whole, I'm staying in Washington, blah, blah, blah. And then I guess LSU offered him And so then he entered the portal yesterday. So now Washington's ready to like go after him through all legal avenues for this.
Yeah,
for this
I would.
like, oh yeah, and like good for them. It's just it's so much drama. So much drama.
Somebody's got to regulate it. We've talked about this forever. You got to get some regulation happening here because so now, the whole talk is, okay, so now we got 4 teams left. Miami playing Ole Miss on Thursday. Oregon playing Indiana on Friday. And then the national championship game is on January 19th. So it'll be fascinating to see how competitive these games are. I expect them to be competitive, but who the hell knows? Yeah. And then, people's continued idea about should we expand this playoff, but maybe not. Because nobody wants to watch games that are like completely not competitive. Like that's not fun. And already if we're seeing some of these big like big separations in scores, it's just kind of wild. And I think again, I don't think it should matter if all the teams freaking come from one conference. It shouldn't matter. It should just be the people who know football rank these damn teams 1 through 12, and that's who goes into the college football playoff.
I feel like that's got to be the best way.
Yeah.
And they need to figure out a way. I mean, I know that all these bowls want to make money and everything, but they need to figure out a way. Like, you can't travel. Like, if your team, like, let's say Ole Miss makes it all the way, and Oregon, or Miami and Oregon, either one, they all played first round.
Yeah.
Team. So all 3 of those, if you had somebody that, like a fan or the parent that was traveling to all these, I know they travel during the season, but I mean, Oregon's flying across the country.
Yeah.
Like twice.
Well, that means, their first game they played probably at home, but then they went to a bowl for this second game. They'll go to a different bowl for this third game.
Yeah.
And they'll go to a different bowl for or a different place for the national championship game.
If they were to win. Yeah.
If they were to win. So that means like you're going, and these are like bowl tickets too. This is not like, cheap little tickets. You're spending significant amounts of money to get there for travel and then for your ticket itself. So I mean, they're going to figure out.
However, like we said, I think if you just wait, you can get your ticket really cheap because they have so many early.
Right.
Unless your team is nearby. Like, it was like, but I mean, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, I really, at least this, I don't have any kind of like, ooh, I hate whoever, whichever teams make it, I'll be like, okay, good for y'all. I don't have anything against any of the 4 teams, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the ones that are left, I would love, I think the greatest Cinderella story would be Indiana Ole Miss, though. Because you have, Indiana's whole turnaround. And I feel like Indiana is like everybody's favorite, unless you are an Oregon, specifically an Oregon and Ole Miss or a Miami fan. I feel like there was a guy at the dog park the other day in an Indiana ball cap, and I was like, oh, you want? He was like, yeah, I just got it this year because I'm rooting for him. And I was like,
oh,
that's funny.
But it's funny how everybody's like, but I mean, they legit, they look good.
Oh yes,
and
they're a solid team.
And their coach does not make you feel warm and fuzzy. He looks pretty mean.
Yeah.
I saw a meme. Oh, so y'all seen the movie Up?
Yes.
So it's like it was like, this is Fernando Mendoza and Kurt Signetti, and it's the grumpy old guy, and then the little kid following behind him, like Fernando Mendoza and Kurt Signetti. Like the most positive, upbeat quarterback and the grumpiest head coach you could find.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that, the Indiana head coach, man. I like his looks on the sidelines. He's like eyebrow, like does a thing. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Funny. Yeah.
But I guess at one point he smiled, and all of a sudden, even like, I think Kirk Herbstreit and them were like, oh my God, did he just smile? Did we see him smile?
Yeah. So there you go. That's my little college football playoff hot girl headline and maybe a rant or so. So there you go.
Yeah.
And we got more. Another rant we've been on is talking about the transfer portal because it sucks. It's a hot mess. The transfer portal, I mean, like we said, somebody needs to get a regulated system here in college football, and it needs to happen sooner rather than later. But 1 million people are hitting this portal. What do we hear that stat? Something like 6,000 guys go into the portal, y'all. But only about 3,000 get picked up. So that's also fast. There's some of these guys who then just are done, So So
Or they're going to go down to these FCS schools
right.
I don't ask. This is something I
or
don't
schools
know.
that aren't, you know.
Mhm.
If you put your name in the portal and no one picks you up, you can't go back to your school now, right?
Yeah.
You can't just say like, sorry, I made a mistake. Can I come back?
Well, no, but
Right.
I think if your
Apologize.
coach took you back, they
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't just, you don't have an automatic back, but
Yeah,
your
it's not
coach
like-
have to pick you out of the portal.
yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if there's like a rule. It was like you cannot return to the place that you transferred from within, a year. I don't care if the coach wants you, you can't go back type thing. Okay.
No, because some people, yeah, but especially like enduring it, they'll be like, oh, never mind. I'm withdrawing
kidding.
from the portal. Yeah.
Yeah. I think in most time, unless you're, if you're like, I don't want to play for this team anymore and you put yourself in the portal, I don't know a lot of coaches that would want you back. It's like, well,
Right.
That's true too. Mhm.
you didn't want to be here or we already had a conversation that you're not playing here. So you might as well
Right.
leave
Yeah.
the portal. That's the one thing
Yeah.
we've always, we've brought up here. Some people think it's all a player's decision. A lot of times players are told you are no longer going to play here. You're not that good. Or maybe you don't catch the ball well, Parker Livingstone. And so you need to take your ass to the portal. And, so maybe it's not always the player's choice. It's like the coach telling them, you're not going to play here. So
But I think what we're also hearing now is like, yeah, when a player's like, oh, it's not my choice or whatever, and that we're finding out, well, it's because you went in there and demanded some kind of ridiculous
$2 million.
And I'm like,
That's
we
more
need to go-
millions than that's fewer millions than passes you've dropped.
I'm like, there's 85 guys on the team.
right.
Yeah.
It's like, we don't have like a, $1, $2, $3 billion, slush fund for these guys.
Yeah.
It's like, get over yourselves.
Yep. Yeah.
And also,
That was
yeah,
with the Washington quarterback too. He signed a deal for $4 million. The reports are that LSU offered him $6 million. And I just keep going, where is LSU getting all of this money?
I know.
Where
I'm
are
like,
they getting all this? It's just
exactly. I'm
where?
like, they're like one of the poorest states in the entire United States.
That's what
Where are
I'm
they?
saying. I didn't know that
they were worried about that Louisiana, like the state of Louisiana was going to have to pay what's his name for his buyout.
Frank
All
Miller.
of a sudden they're finding this money to pay these players.
And I know it's different. Like, technically, I guess the money is not coming from the university, even if it's coming from, like, the booster or what, like the football pros. But still, like, again, where is everyone getting this money? I don't get it.
Yeah.
So we alluded to, we alluded to Parker Livingstone transferred to OU on Tuesday. Ew. But Quintravian Wisner, he hit the portal. That was a weird one too. He hit the portal the day the Longhorns left for the Citrus Bowl.
And that story we heard was wild.
I didn't know. I hadn't heard.
Okay, well, the story we heard
was his uncle.
His uncle is his manager, and his uncle decided to put him in the portal and didn't even tell Wisner. And Wisner was like ready to get on the plane with the team.
Like,
and
you're not going.
Yeah, 30. Yeah, they're like, you're not going. You're in the portal.
No.
And, everybody found out about it like 30 minutes before the plane flight, Jordan.
No.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because he had a good, like, I was curious what.
I mean, he had a good year, but
frustration.
he didn't have he had a good year, but he did not have a year of like, I demand $1 million.
Correct. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I was just confused because I'm like, it didn't seem like, and again, I don't know, like, from what I've seen, they're not getting a whole bunch of guys, like, they're not getting running backs in the portal, but I was like, what do you, like, you're going to have playing time again next year. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What is the frustration here? But damn.
Well, and our freshman running back did just fine.
Absolutely.
And supposedly I thought, wasn't Mark saying we have a recruit coming in, like an incoming guy that's supposed to be top notch,
Nice.
Well, yeah, our boy little Clark did good in the Citrus Bowl. We were like, look at him go.
Yeah.
So bye. But yeah.
Fine.
I think that uncle wanted that money and
dang.
No. So there you go.
But there's like if I didn't understand like DeAndre Moore. Unless they said, we're looking for better. You didn't produce this year. I mean, because he was with us for 3 years. So I know it's like we don't know the full stories, but it's just very frustrating. It's frustrating from a standpoint of like, you know, I don't know, like I wish they would all like look at what Quinn said, you know, last week when he was like, you know, I just thought it was important to, you know, maintain my legacy. I know people have been like, well, he went to Ohio State first. And I'm like, well, yeah, he did. But
yes, but
I think he went there because he didn't like our coaching staff, you know, when he was coming out of high school. And he was like kind of the poster child of how this NIL started, really.
Yeah, with his $1 million kombucha deal.
Yeah, he was like poster boy of it. Yeah. But, you know, now he's, you know, instead of going and like Carson Beck, going and, you know, getting more money instead of going to the NFL. It's like he's, you know, he's not remembered as a Georgia guy. At least, oh, I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe they don't care. I don't know. But I know I think our opinion over, I know it is in the T Association, is we're like, oh, you transferred, you're a no send. I mean, you may be a letter, but you're not getting any information from us anymore. You're not invited.
Well, you're not. Yeah, you've left. You're not. Yeah,
you
that is a good. You probably haven't had to deal with that yet, but I am curious. Like, if there's, if they come, like, I guess because to get a T ring, you have to get your degree, right? You have to graduate. So if someone who transferred out comes, like, played 2 years, transfers, but comes back later once they've retired to get their degree, like,
no.
Could they get
because they have to also be recommended by the head coach for the T ring.
Got it. Okay. So I just don't think I ever knew that. Oh, huh. Okay. So well, yeah, no, that would make sense. They're probably not getting recommended. Because yeah, what if like I can't. What if Parker Livingstone came back and he was like, "Hey, got my degree. Where's my ring?"
No.
F off.
We'll be like, go to the Texas Exes and buy it. You don't get.
Well, Texas did get some transfers. I frankly did not see much hubbub about these guys, I guess, when they transferred in, but a punter from Florida State, a tight end from Michigan State, a kicker from Memphis, a defensive lineman from Arkansas, interesting, and a corner from Rutgers. So a few guys come in. I assume a lot more things will shake out. I am just curious, too, like, they've got to have targets because of 19 transferred out.
Yeah.
They've got to have other guys that are, like, either still taking looks.
What's the receiver? Cameron or Campbell or something?
The big one that everybody's trying to get.
Yeah. So I don't know, you know, where we stand in that. You know, he's already visited once, and then I think then he went to A&M the next day. So, because Barnes like, I bet he goes to A&M, and I'm like, why would you go there? I mean, why would you go? Arch can throw the ball way better than Marcel Reed. You know, it's like,
yeah.
But then again, if all they're seeing are dollar signs, then you know. I'm kind of like, well, then why are y'all even? I mean, then every team's going to suck. I mean,
yeah,
you know, crazy. Or, you know, lucky. Because then it's like, you know, that kid from Ole Miss, I mean, he came from like a FCS school, at Trinity Shambles. You know, it's kind of like, just.
Yeah. See if somebody can like see talent before it actually develops. Yeah. If you can grab it early, I don't know, you know?
Well, and then kind of leading into like just talking about coaching and talent. I mean, like we're bringing back Will Muschamp.
Yep.
And now Blake Gideon.
Yep.
So our defense may step up. I know a lot of people like the, you know, people that around football were like, oh gosh, that's because Blake was on the team when Will was here the first time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it would be kind of cool that, you know, he's under him.
Yeah.
So
they're back together.
Yeah.
And then we lost some more guys to the draft. So we know like Taft, Hill, injuries, DJ Campbell, Trey Moore, Muhammad. There we go.
Yeah.
I still, again, I think I said this like one of our first football episodes. I just like, I still didn't know how Trey Moore was. Not that I'm mad because I liked him, but I would still don't know how he was even here. So I think he was in college for like 7 years because I think I thought he transferred from, was he UTEP or UTSA?
UTSA.
He's one of but I thought he transferred there with 1 year of eligibility left, and I thought he played 3 for us or something. Yeah. So, but yeah, good. Oh man, good luck. I know that it's probably the draft is not going to look as exciting for Texas this year, but I feel like it's just like a fewer number of guys going too. So it's like I know. Obviously you're not going to 21 draft whatever it was last year, but
right.
I want nice things for Michael Taft and everybody else, but. Just you know, everybody loves Michael Taft except for that one guy sitting behind one of
us. Yeah,
except for that one guy.
Except for that one guy, but who cares about that man anyway?
I know. Agreed. Yeah, and then who? Ethan Burke is going to the East.
He's going to play in the East-West Shrine game. So he hasn't, because I looked that up when you had that on there, Jordan, and it was like, what's the deal with Ethan Burke? And it just said that he hasn't officially declared yet. So.
No, he posted Wednesday today.
Oh, that he is declaring?
Just today. That's what made me, yeah, hold on, let me find him. Let me find it. I saw it.
Which I would like for good things for him too, as well.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You know.
But yeah, just came out on Wednesday that he was declaring. So
okay, I like that guy a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of all of this college football, who are you guys gonna pick to win it all?
Oh,
y'all know I'm going Ole Miss. I'm basing that solely on what I want, not like actual who I think will win.
I think I'm picking Indiana to win.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Indiana's gonna win, but I'm gonna cheer for Miami. I'm gonna go the U.
Okay.
I'm more than likely will probably be cheering for Ole Miss. And this is only because of their situation and their coach.
Agreed.
This has nothing to do with them being in the SEC. I
would love to see Ole Miss win just as a big FU to Lane Kiffin.
Right.
It would be but and then I was thinking about this the other day though, because then does he come out and he's like I think I saw on social media that he was was like tweeting congratulating them like, oh, great game, and I'm like, shut up, stop that.
Yeah.
You're not here anymore. Go away.
Right.
Pipe down.
I mean, it's like that was a chance to win a national championship, and if he like throws that away and then like doesn't ever get one, like and it's crazy.
That would be poetic.
I know.
Oh my
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
There's that.
But yeah, I know I get you. I have my brother Ty. I definitely wouldn't. I don't think I would just pick them out of a hat for the SEC since Colin came. Like,
oh right, well that's right. You have ties, yeah. But I'm just saying, like even
like Rand.
I mean, our in years past, it's always been the SEC's like won all their bowl games and blah 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 blah. And this year, like we've been like a big. I mean, we're about us and Ole Miss are about the only people that have won.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's like everybody else has like sucked and gotten beat bad, or just it's like, I mean, Vanderbilt looked bad. LSU just got beat by Houston. It's just like okay, all of you little.
Speaking of the draft too, I don't like. Diego Pavia has pulled some shenanigans. Like, I don't know if that. I swear he was probably like a first-round draft pick.
Oh, that guy totally lost all of it.
And he just
lost all of his stuff.
Yeah. Well, now isn't he trying to petition to get another year too?
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm like, what?
And also, nobody wants you. You need to. I mean, you messed up bad, buddy. Like he just needed to keep his mouth shut, and things would have been fine.
Just a little humility.
I mean,
which is what I thought he had for most of the season, and then it was like, oh, surprise! Actually, no.
Well, it was like, okay, well, the shenanigans by your mom and by your brother maybe aren't too far away from you.
Sure,
Sure. Yeah. All of a sudden, that apple didn't fall too far, so it was like, oh, right. You
exactly.
just and people, this whatever. I mean, like people are gonna like they were assuming that you were the one. Yeah, like kind of, like you said, being humble, being a little different, and then once you start to act up, it's like, oh, you're like, then they're like, oh, you're just one of them. Y'all all just together. So yeah, that comes into that. Yeah. Well, should we talk about our good bowl game?
Yes. Yes. That was so fun to watch.
It was so fun to watch. I'll be the first one to say Arch Manning looked fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I have no complaints against the man on this game.
Yeah, very, very excited for what hopefully, but that leads into in the spring and into the next year and the next season or whatever. He looked great. I mean, passing, running, just
I love both of them.
Yeah. I mean he was bloody, and I mean wobbling off the field, and yet he was still like, I'm going back out there.
Yeah, I mean, and like coming out to the camera and staring it down. He's got his like little swag back with all of his things, and
really do love. I mean, yeah, I think he. I mean, I know lots of people already loved him, but he definitely, I'm pretty certain he won over people, And this is like legit winning over as opposed to just winning over by his name.
Right.
Like, yes. No, but I think you're totally right. Because I think there are plenty of people who maybe were like, oh, Arch Manning. And then halfway through the season are like, oh, he's only, at Texas because of his last name. Or anybody he was a high school contender only because of his last name.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good for him to I was happy for him to be able to put a bow on the season with like, no, I am actually a talented football player, not just a man.
Yeah. That was fun to see. And like I said before, it was fun to see that little Clark guy. He looked good. And like you said, when we, are losing running backs, it's fun to see somebody step in there and look good and get a bunch of yards and run hard. And also just because we had so many guys not play, I think everybody saw that list of like the guys from Michigan who were sitting out or whatever. And then our list was like forever long.
That graphic was so rude. I was like,
rude. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
And so there was talk about like, okay, if the guys that are playing, even though they lost their coach with all that drama, like, are they going to be, they're going to want to win it more than we are. They're all playing. They have and we have so many guys that weren't playing. And, but we came out there and looked good. We had fun. We were energetic. We were just looked on point. And so I don't know, that gave, like you said, Casey, it gave me a lot of optimism for our program and like its culture. You know what I mean? And just the ability for other guys to step up and being prepared and having fun while doing it. So yeah, it was good.
Well, like what we were saying when it was happening, we're like, this is a good game. Both teams are really into this. And then you could see both teams, their will to fight when it started getting a little chippy there, kind of in the third quarter or whatever, just kind of getting a little just, this and that. And so I just thought it was a great way to end the season. I mean, we ended strong. And so, it's always, I mean, when I worked, I mean, that was a big deal. I mean, sometimes people didn't care or the outsider didn't realize, but like if you're inside a building, it's like you said, your culture is like, okay, you want to end strong because from their standpoint, they're starting in 2.5 months. Yeah. They'll, they get a little bit of time off, but then the guys that are still on the team are going to get right back at it, doing off-season workouts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, whereas you have A&M who lost 2 in a row.
Right.
There. So, it was like.
And the defense looked good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that Ty Anthony Smith, I mean, he was all over the place.
All over the place. He's just a sophomore.
Yep.
3 big turnovers. Everything just looked good. Yeah. So good job, Longhorns. Way to finish strong. We love it.
Love it.
What else Longhorn news do y'all have?
Basketball. We will put not too concerned about the men's basketball team.
They're bored.
I feel so. I won't say I feel bad because I don't, because like they don't deserve that attention. But it's like I can tell you for the most part, like when a women's game is, who they're playing, kind of that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Like until I check the ESPN app, I don't know who.
You can, if you watch on TV now. I mean, the Moody is more packed for a women's game.
As it should.
Men's game.
Yeah,
I mean, I think they had a great crowd on. I shouldn't say a great crowd. I think they had a decent crowd for Mississippi State on Saturday, and but they blew that. I mean, it's like, okay, here you go, you can win because, I mean, last night, oh my gosh, I watched the first half and it was like, well, that's no more of this, and then Bart got them.
Casey, that game, Mark was doing a podcast with Sean and Zach. And I put PJ to bed. I put that thing on for 2.2 seconds, and I was like, I watched them. I watched Tennessee go down and like run an offensive play and score. I watched us go down and immediately like throw a chest pass directly to a Tennessee player.
Yeah.
I was like, this is awful. Mark came on and he's like, I want to watch it. I was like, no, I'm not. Bye. I was like, this is awful.
Bye.
Why are you watching this trash? It's horrible.
Yeah. Barn had gone to the Westlake Bowie high school game. And so when he got home, he looked at the score and he just, made some, and I was like, yeah. And then he goes, I'm taking a shower, and it was halftime. And I was like, just turned it off and came in, then I started watching, we're watching Friday Night Lights again from back in 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's so good. But our women's team is doing really well, really good. They had a little scare Sunday, but they still pulled it out. They had a pretty sizable lead, and they let it go. So I have a feeling that that probably wasn't a joyous celebration in the locker room after that game, because he doesn't stand by that kind of stuff. But they still won, and I think the women's SEC is stacked. Like
It's
it's going to be really hard.
and I was looking at who they have. I mean, they play Auburn, then they have LSU in Baton Rouge, and then they have South Carolina in Columbia. So that's and then they have A&M, but I don't actually know if A&M's that great this year, but still.
I don't think they are in women.
But some tough. I mean, just having to go LSU to South Carolina, that's mean.
Yeah, because I think there's like 6 teams that are, or no, 9 teams in the SEC that have 2 or less overall losses. I mean, like, you know, they're right. Yeah.
And isn't South Carolina's only lost to Texas?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
That'll be, the women's basketball's good. It'll be fun. I'm like half considering, because it's a little bit over an hour drive, of going to that South Carolina Texas game, since it's so close.
That'd be good. Yeah.
It's going to be a good game. I haven't even looked at tickets yet, but it's just, I'm like, it's so close. I should probably go.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, those two, especially, if both of them are still undefeated or only 1 loss at that point, yeehaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, Jordan, you should just, if you were to think about that, you should also message Tori Takel.
Oh, yeah.
Since y'all work together on some things, they might have a extra staff ticket.
Something,
or parent ticket or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Or they might have like a block where people can buy. Like she can hook you up with, like, if they
who has tickets with fans also, because I also
they have that little cluster.
Carolina fan.
Yeah, they have that little cluster usually behind the bench. You know that is usually for the visiting team.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
Yeah,
we'll see. That's the next.
When is that?
I don't believe it's next. It'll be next Thursday.
Oh,
and my next game is not till the 18th, so I don't leave until the 17th. I may do it. See if I can wrangle up some Texas exes to go with me too. I'm sure everyone's around.
That'd be fun. Yeah, the women are good. They're highly entertaining.
And I think, and then on a somber, not somber, but for any
serious,
serious note, if anybody has not heard, Jordan Shipley, our fantastic football letter winner from our 06 to 09 teams. You know, if you are a Texas fan, you know who Jordan Shipley is. Or you should. He was injured severely injured in a accident on his ranch, and so as of right now, he's in serious but stable condition, and you know, the doctors are feel that he's going to be, you know, he's going to recover. It's just going to be a long road ahead, because burns, just, you know, you have to apply. It's painful. You have to apply the stuff to let your skin heal and all that kind of stuff. And so everybody, just keep him in your thoughts and prayers, and the whole Shipley family. They're a tight knit family, so he's got a circle around him. I heard that Colt was even there already yesterday. Like,
wow,
was already at the hospital. So, yeah, that was neat to hear. But so anyway, that'll be something that, you know, we'll be paying attention to, like just following, making sure that he's doing all right.
Yeah. And the biggest concern too is just like like you said, as he continues to heal, that his doesn't get any infections, and then even like pneumonia due to like the you know,
ingesting this. Yeah, they think they ingested soot. I mean, I heard like a remarkable, if what they think happened, that, I mean, he was like 8 or 50, I mean, or I don't know. He was miles away, you know, out on his ranch, and he was in, I forgot what they called it. I want to say bobcat, but they were using a different term. But, you know, those things are like, you have like a closed in thing,
like an enclosed cab thing.
And so it flipped over. Then if the stuff caught on fire, that he busted out glass to get himself out of that, and he was on fire. And then he had ridden a Polaris from his truck. So he got onto his Polaris, drove to that, then got into his truck, then drove back to where a worker was who wasn't even supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Wasn't even supposed to be working. There was somebody there, and he got out of his truck and started walking, and he's like, I need help. And then he started going into shock. And then that guy immediately drove fast and got to a hospital in record time. And
that was what people were, that's what you were saying, Case. Like, if that guy wouldn't have been there, he probably would have never made it to a hospital.
No.
Like he would have just passed out. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
like,
horrible.
by the grace of God and like that guy happened to be there and Jordan were to get to him and then he were able to race him to the hospital. Yeah. Because where is their ranch, Case?
In Burnett, outside of Burnett.
Okay.
So it's out in that area. So yeah, and it was like, you know, you also know like the network of, you know, Jordan's he's shy, quiet, does not, you know, pursue limelight whatsoever. But you know, his family, they have Shipley ranches, you know, so they're known in all that area. But it was like immediate, like when Mark sent us that text, and then I got a text like from 2 other people, like Stacy's Justin was like immediate, you know, he said, I heard this happen. And then one of Clay's friends that lives in Lampasas, you know, was immediately texting. And then I get a phone call from Coach Gus's daughter. She was on the phone with somebody that has a ranch in Goldthwaite, and that Shipleys were going to look at it on Friday. And so somebody in it, you know, was just like, yeah, it was like, so, but yeah, so definitely we keep Jordan and the family in thoughts and prayers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. You know, he's an awesome guy.
Yes, he is. Very much so.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll be back 2 weeks. Is that that's what we're gonna do?
Yeah. We'll go bi-weekly
After the national championship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully we're I mean pretty much anybody winning will be happy.
Yeah, it'll be good just to analyze what happened.
2 weeks until baseball season starts, and then we'll get on it. And in the next 2 weeks, there's some also good NFL to watch. You know, we know there's been a massive, what we're calling a coaching carousel, where all these NFL coaches are getting fired, but they're being picked up by just other teams just down the road. So watch that. I did not realize the Dallas Cowboys fired their DC, but that makes sense. I mean,
that happened on Tuesday. So
can we pick up Harbaugh? That'd be great.
Yeah, anybody. I wish we could get Dan Quinn back, but he's wants to stay head coach.
Yeah, it makes me sad every time I see him.
Me too. I love that guy. And he's over there. Sanders. I'm like, damn it.
Yep.
Whatevs. So watch the NFL games. Watch the coaching carousel. Like we will say, we want the Eagles to lose.
Yes.
For only 1 week, we're going to cheer for the 49ers. And I think we've all, I mean, what do we say? All of us have kind of said, well, other teams that we will cheer for in the NFL since the Cowboys are out. We will never cheer for the Eagles. We'll never cheer for the 49ers. We will never cheer for the Green Bay Packers either.
Right. I will not either.
Nope. I can.
So we're like, I mean,
Carolina for me all the way.
Jordan's going for Carolina. Casey said the Broncos because of all the Longhorns that are there.
And I like the Bills. And
the Bills. Duh, yes.
I love.
Maybe this is their year.
I know, because it's like Josh Allen doesn't have Patrick Mahomes. You know?
Yes.
So I love the Bills, and that's my number one. I'm also, just because of my mom and my grandparents, like I always love the Steelers. I love Mike Tomlin. Even that fact there was rumors about firing him. I'm like, y'all are dumb. Like, you're not a better coach than Mike Tomlin. Get out of here with that.
I like Mike Tomlin, but I don't know that I can root for Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, that's
God, I keep forgetting that he's there.
Me too. Even when I see him in a Steelers jersey, it's weird. I'm like, you need to go ahead.
But that was another game on Sunday night.
Yeah.
End of that game.
That game was wild.
I mean, we turned it on with 2.5 minutes to go, and it was like, like it was like we watched the whole football game.
You got your fix in 2 minutes.
I was like, good gosh.
I know. Well, that was crazy because I mean that's what inevitably probably got Harbaugh fired. You know, like
the kicker. I mean, and they were raving about the kicker, and then he goes in there and he missed it. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I know. That was wild.
It was like back-to-back nights of watching a game decided, you know, by the kicking game.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, well, hopefully there's more fun and entertaining games to watch because that's
exactly
fun and football.
Agree.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, it was nice to see everyone again. Yeah. We will talk to y'all, everyone else, in 2 weeks.
Okay. Y'all have a great one.
See you.
See you.